Hey, how's it going? Mike Marin here, and I am here with Jamie McKenna for this case study interview and training. So, what we're going to talk about is how in 5 months, we've been working together for roughly 5 months. He's landed now 8 clients. He's added $7,000 a month to his monthly recurring revenue. And that is all while, by the way, for the math majors out there, that's $84,000 a year extra. And that is all while still working his 9 to 5, which is, I believe, where you're at right now. That's what you just told me beforehand, a 2 hour commute, which is crazy. Two young kids and a family and being busy, busy, busy. So that's very, very impressive result. So I just wanted to bring him on. And I know a lot of people that are inside of my trainings, they too have a job, a family, kids, and everything. And you are the prime example of someone that can get this stuff done, even with that. So first of all, welcome, Jamie. Good to catch up with you. So tell everyone who you are, where you're from, and then kind of how you came in contact with myself and what we now call the program because the name's changed so many damn times. It's the 8 week program, the 6 week program. It could be the 12 week program, but it's the program where we teach you how to build AI powered marketing assets, how to build marketing systems for small businesses and sell that and really help small businesses get results. So, Jamie, take it away.
Hey, Michael. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you for having me on this. This is a pleasure. My name's Jamie McKenna. I'm born and raised in New Jersey. And yeah, so where we met. Honestly, I've seen you around online on Facebook for quite some time. And I don't think you remember we've been in a couple of different Facebook groups. I've seen you present, certain case studies that I've always had an affinity to. I thought they were really interesting, especially with I was in a time of my life where I was looking to take that step. I was in my 9 to 5. I wasn't happy. I felt like things were moving too slow for me for what I wanted in my life, especially having a young family at the time. And we actually had a conversation maybe like 2 years ago, and where I
Okay.
had reached out based off of one of your case studies. And I
Okay.
was really interested in kind of like the results and how to get there. But I wanted to inquire about like pricing because that was a big thing for me. I think I was like dabbling in some trainings and I had already invested a good amount of money to get into those. And I wanted to see return on investment. So we had talked, we chat. I loved everything about it, except that reservation. It's like, hey, I don't want to jump into something else and commit without seeing a return on investment. And hopefully, if I could recoup that, then maybe if things don't work out in the long run, I could figure it out, in due time and reinvest that money. So that's where there was a gap in between you and I communicating. And
Okay.
then recently, yeah, yeah,
I love that. So I don't remember that, but I speak to so many people, but that's great. So we
it's
so
okay.
we so, so we chatted and you basically yeah, because you were in another program at the time and you were like, let me be successful with this program before I jump into this other program, which is what a lot of people commonly say. Keep going. I won't cut you off. So
No, it's all right. It's all right. I think you had such a lasting impression on me. That's why I remembered you. But
there you go.
I will say though, I do remember fondly that once, like, because of the price and it's an adequate price, like I think it's fair. But at the time, because I already put a lot more than that into another program, I had a lot of hesitation. So I hit you with a lot of objections. And I think one of the cool things is like I took note of how you handled all of them for future like reference. I noted it. I'm like everything I was like, and I'll hit him with this. I'm like, let me do that. And you were very subtle about it. You weren't too pushy. So like that's definitely something I noted about your nature. So when fast forward, I think it was another 2 years. I saw you online. I can't remember where, but I guess it was another case study. It was a promo of some sort you were presenting, and that's where you
Mhm.
start talking about AI. And that's one of the things I've been very interested in is artificial intelligence. I'm a digital marketer for my current company,
Mhm.
and we do like omni-channel marketing. And one of the biggest things that we keep talking about is artificial intelligence as well, and how it helps from a marketing standpoint create systems and efficiencies. So when I saw you talking about it and how rather than apply it in a corporate enterprise setting, I could do it to make money efficiently. Like I was kind of bought in on that. So I wanted to see more, and that's where I reached out and I thought now was the perfect time.
Love it. Love it. So what was the obstacle that kind of, I know you just mentioned it was finances, but what was the main obstacle that prevented you from joining in the very beginning?
The the previous time,
Yep.
I think it was a little bit of myself, time, commitment, not trusting myself and saying, hey, I'm already doing this one thing. I'm not seeing results. And I'm kind of like burning out from that. And I don't want to jump into something else and then waste even more money and get into more debt and then figure it's a scam, right? Because I think
Yep.
one of the biggest things is it's how much effort you put into something is what you get back. And if I don't feel like I'm gonna put as much effort as I could, right, then that why even bother, right? Why even take that on?
Got it. Got it.
So that was the
So
biggest
what?
thing. And yeah.
Perfect. So what did you find as the result of, because you went through the 8 weeks, right? You did that
Yeah.
back in November, and then you actually went into the year long, right? What did you find as a result of those two things so far? And really, what I want you to do here is just kind of like any kind of breakthroughs. Actually, what's the result? And then what were like your big takeaways, your ahas that you could give to someone that's watching this to really help them out?
So the first thing that pops in my head is really investing yourself in the technology and kind of the industry itself. Like you have such a good background in terms of like learning about AI, where it's going, kind of investing yourself into, I guess, the news,
Mhm.
understanding where it's going, and then the application of how it's being used, like currently. Because I think a lot of what you do too is you framework. You help me understand where we are, how it's going to be used, and always be forward thinking. And I think that's a good mindset to have. You can't always rely on like, for instance, the blockbuster model that, hey, how it is always how it's going to be.
Yep.
And I feel like we're always looking for like, oh man, if I just jumped on something early enough, like if I just put my money into Amazon before it blew up or
Or
this or
Bitcoin.
that. Exact. That's the one.
Yeah.
I kick myself for not getting Bitcoin back in the day or selling it too early.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. And now I'm like, you know what? With that experience and understanding that it's happened before, I've seen opportunities and never acted on it. Like now is the time. And this is like the big shift that I think where I can really figure out these skills and then
Yep.
apply them and really start to rake in money, right? And kind of put myself, my business, and my family in a better place years to come as long as I invest in it now. So that's kind of the biggest thing, like just learning about what we're learning, like just kind of a more fundamental understanding. But then also, I just from a more like tactical level, like understanding prompts. Like I was familiar with AI, how to use it, but not effectively, right? And I think that's where everybody gets tripped up. And some of the things you taught me, it's like you taught me certain things in terms of how to prompt, and then even gave us resources of where to go if we want to like go more advanced.
Yep.
And from doing that, doing like my own research after the fact and playing with it more, like I've definitely been able to like kind of refine those skills and kind of create my own systems and create my own prompts. So now that I have certain things in place, if I for certain ads, whether it's social ads or if I'm building websites, because that's actually my biggest thing,
Yep.
is I started my business first and foremost with websites and SEO. But now, and I always stayed away from some of the other things because I was nervous. I was like, I don't want to take on more than I can chew. I can
Yep.
barely build these sites, at scale. And honestly, like talking to you, it has helped me like open up my eyes, figure out how to scale because I never had anyone to really mentor me, figure out
Mhm.
how to scale and how to apply AI. So now I'm doing more work, but it's less me and it's more the systems, like the AI systems in place.
Got it. Got it. Love it. And then, so you told me you've landed 8 clients now, which I thought you only landed like 4 or 5, but you've landed 8. So well done on
Yeah.
that. And then and then walk me through some of those deals that you've landed since you've been involved. How'd you get them? Because everyone wants to know how do you get clients? What are the services? I know, I basically, I teach the AI marketing stuff, but I've been a digital
Yeah.
marketer for 15 years. So if you're watching this, and you don't know who I am, I teach SEO, I've taught website building, and that's all kind of covered. So I give people a bag of tricks, right? Different options, because I really don't think at the end of the day, and we've talked about this, Jamie, like if you just are the Facebook guy or you're just the SEO guy, it's like to the man with the hammer, everything looks like a nail. And when you just have one thing, you're a commodity. So what I've noticed is I've told you this, and you've taken on like better than most people to be like, oh no, I'm going to grab these different skills and then come up with these like unique packages. So I'd love for you to walk you through walk everyone through kind of what you've been doing with that, how you've been landing clients, and so they could take away some golden nuggets and some wisdom here.
And you have all the golden nuggets, but I honestly just regurgitate it. So it's so funny because it's like I'll watch some of our like live sessions that are recorded, which is great. But honestly, taking a step back, one of the biggest things was to your point, you give us a lot of tools. Like I joined for the AI, and then when you gave me access to the library or the portal,
Yep.
right? And you're like, hey, I'm gonna throw in a bunch of this other stuff that I've done in the past that you might like, right? It may help you. And so I kind of looked into that because there's something about like SEO and websites, and I have from other trainings a fundamental understanding how to build that. But then going through yours, I kind of expanded on that and found other like I guess tips and tricks that help facilitate some of that work.
Yep.
And from there, it helped me explode a little bit more because now like not only did I was building it more cost efficiently,
Yep.
so which helped with scaling. And then also taking on the AI courses. Like one of the biggest things is like, hey, you got to get in front of people, you got to talk to people, and you kind of gave us a background story of how you used to go to local meetups. So I
Yep.
joined a local BNI and did
Yep.
that.
Smart.
And it took a little bit of time to kind of like get people to trust you at first, and like these people know each other. Um, and you kind of like insert yourself into the group and you have to kind of warm up and be a part of them. But the biggest thing was I did a presentation, right?
Mhm.
And literally, like a lot of it was regurgitating some of the things that you talk about in terms of marketing systems. So I was
Yep.
no longer the website guy after that.
Yep.
I was the digital marketer after that. So now people are
Massive.
coming to me with like email questions. Hey, can you do my Google Ads? Hey, Google Business Profile. What about social? What about content? What about, this, that? And now I was the guy, almost like a doctor, that would help prescribe. I'd assess, diagnose what their issues are, and then prescribe a marketing plan. I'm like, hey, listen, I know you want leads, but you have a leaky funnel with your systems. And like,
Yep.
if you really want a better cost per acquisition for your clients, like you're going to get a lead, you're going to pay $20. And then you're going to call them, they're going to ghost you, and you're going to have no follow up. And now that's twenty bucks gone to the wind.
Yep.
Now, if you had systems in place that were cents on the dollar, right, to really have a follow-up, SNS campaign, all this other stuff,
Yep.
just, and I feel like I'm regurgitating everything you're saying, but just like
No, no, it's
having,
perfect.
listening to what you were saying, it gave me the confidence to regurgitate all that stuff
Yep.
and honestly, half the stuff I hadn't even done yet. But I was still speaking to it because you had the confidence, you
Yep.
kind of showed us examples, and then I was able to regurgitate, and I felt like I was empowered because I had the knowledge base and the background a little bit. And my fallback was if ever I was like, oh crap, they want to do this. Mike, what's my first step? What do I do? So like you were definitely there. It's almost like, yeah, I was jumping out, like taking a leap of faith, but also you were a little bit of my parachute too. So
Yeah. I love it. And then also you like today, what you had that I don't have is the AI to do the emails, the AI to do the follow-up. So, one of the things that we cover inside of the boot camp, inside of the trainings is basically how to use AI effectively to create those. And did that give you more confidence knowing that like, okay, I know, I have the examples, I could feed this into AI and I could write that.
for sure, I would never be able to do this if it wasn't for AI. And I look back and I give you props and every other marketer before then because like I have a cheat code. I literally I can talk to the AI and tell them exactly what style, what font, I give it the prompts and the criteria and the parameters, I should say, the parameters, and it gives me the exact output I asked for, basically, right?
Yep.
Whereas you guys had to learn it yourselves, or you had to basically learn enough where that you can then hire somebody to write it
Yep.
for you or do some of this other work, where now you're talking about a matter of hours, days, before you get something back. I'm talking about a matter of seconds and a
Yep.
minute tops where I get this
Yeah.
stuff. And then, yeah,
When I did email marketing, then that was kind of my main thing. I had a junior copywriter and he would basically do all the first drafts because a lot of what we do, is like a dirty industry secret, is you find really good examples written by the top people, top companies, and if it works for one industry, you kind of mad lib it. Like you change the words for a new industry. Like if it said benefit here of like for a chiropractor, like it's gonna relieve knee pain. If it's then going to cool sculpting, it's like it's gonna remove, stubborn belly fat, right? You're just kind of like switching the benefits, the objections. You're kind of looking at the structure of the writing and then kind of
yep.
mad libbing it and changing it, and it works really well. And I would have like a college freshman grad could do that, right? And now AI is at the level where even like I think the free version of ChatGPT is as smart as a college freshman grad. So if you could feed it like those good examples, as well as like, here's what I want you to do. I want you to Mad Lib this, change it around. It does it in like a second, and then you're not paying $500, to a junior copywriter or junior marketing person to do that. It's just done. And then obviously, I would still have to correct it back in the day for when a junior copywriter did, but it changes the game. Or you had to do it yourself. Like for me to Mad Lib stuff would take, a couple of hours, right? Now it's like you click that, and that's so much benefit for any business. Like most businesses, number one, their offer stinks. Number two, they got a bunch of leads and they don't know how to do a good promotion. But most importantly, most are terrible at follow up because it's
Yeah.
just time. And they don't know how to write the emails. And that's just one component of the AI marketing bootcamp. Obviously, we talk about generating leads and all that. But yeah, I love that you just took that, ran with it, went to the local BNI, showed that because it's very common sense. Like, yeah, if we did follow up more, we'd make money. Yeah, if we did run ads effectively, we would get more leads. And now we have AI to do it. So let me know what was like the boot camp specifically. What did you like most about it? Like,
Are we talking about a specific session or just the
no, just the
structure?
boot camp
Like
in general, just the 8 weeks. Because some of the people here are going to be watching this are going to be like, maybe I should join the program. So,
yeah, yeah. I just like the structure of it, right? I thought it fit in terms of like you had a small group, right? You were
mhm.
connected. It wasn't a pre-recorded. I think that was the best part. Like a lot of these trainings you'll see, a lot of it's pre-recorded, right? So if you have questions, you either got to reach out to somebody or you're SOL and you got to like Google it or ask AI,
Yeah, yeah,
right, as a follow-up. So I felt like you really hit home on some key topics, right? Starting from framework at the beginning, like how to get your mindset right, then diving into like how to use for certain channels and tactics and how you can use AI for certain business needs, right? And then at the end, how to like, all right, now that you know how to use AI, you need clients. And then now how do you kind of communicate with them? And then also, I think one of the best things too is setting client expectations. Because I think one of the biggest things is everybody wants clients, right?
yep,
Everybody wants to bring in the money. But now with that transfer of money for services, there's a certain expectations. And how do you handle those or manage those client expectations up front, right? So there's a mutual respect and understanding. I think that was key that I was missing sometimes in the beginning.
yep.
And there's some learning curves, right? And at least I had a framework that I could start working off of, and it's actually helped me out.
Love it. Give them some golden nuggets. I don't care if you teach my stuff. Give them some golden nuggets. What were the takeaways on like the client management stuff? What were your big ahas? What were like the breakthroughs? Like what?
Creating offers
Yep.
are the best one that I had because that's the one that I stunk at the most. Like I
Yep.
remember one time I sent you, I was so excited about a deal, right?
Yep.
And basically, I was like, and this is probably one of my bigger ones that I had sent you, right? It
Yep.
was worth up front, it was worth 4 grand, right? And then with like reoccurring 2 grand in the background.
Yep.
And so like I was like, oh, I need this one. And so I put like a 3 4 page proposal and then I sent it to you and it was late at night. Right. And I'm always working late at night because that's the only time I can really work. I remember you wake up in the morning, you're like, wait, you didn't send that, right? And my first thought was like, oh, I did. I was like, it's that bad, huh? And you're like, just here, like do X, change this up and like, just for future reference. And then like I took that to heart and like eventually, I did get the deal. And I just talk it through a little bit with him. It was a little bit
Yep.
more complicated than I wanted it to be. But now moving forward, like I don't even think about certain things. I know what to price myself, right? And I appreciate you helping me with that, and then making an easy proposal for them to understand.
Yep. Walk them through a bit of specifics. Let's not let's not hold back. What was the takeaway? Like what was the
Well,
change
from
from the
like,
proposal of like um you said the long one. What was the change so someone could take away a nugget here?
so what's the biggest thing? Honestly, I think I what is the word? Commoditize myself.
Yes.
I would list, hey, I could do social ads, and this is tier one, two,
Yep, yep,
three.
yep.
And then I could do emails, and here's tier one, two, three. And of course, like if they're looking at this, a la carte, and they're like, oh, I'll just take a little bit here and I'll take a little bit there.
Yep.
The biggest framework was like, hey, simplify it. Like, what is your value proposition? Not
Yep.
right. Give
That's
them
it.
the value that you're going to be giving them. Just overwhelm them with the value, and then package it up together. Like, give them, hey, if I'm in the position that, hey, they have a problem and I have the solution. I'm not going to say like, hey, if you want, you could take this medicine or you
Yep.
could take
That's
this
right.
medicine. No, when you go to the doctors and you have an issue, he's going to prescribe you what he thinks is the best approach.
Yes.
It's a little bit different, right? With marketing and services, businesses. So I had to understand like, hey, like they're not going to go for the biggest one, right? The biggest package, which would benefit them the best, right? And I throw a lot in there, but at least have everything that you think would help their business as a whole and
Yep.
totality, and then have them choose certain packages. So like package one would have social media and website build. Package two would have social media, website build, and SEO because they want to get ranked up
Yep.
top. And then
Yep.
package
Yep.
three would have like what is it? With the red herring, where like, hey, I'm shooting for the stars in this one. Like, I'm
Yep.
giving them
Yep.
three options. Package one, it seems too light.
Yep.
Package two seems really great, right? Where you throw a lot in there that you can do for
Yep.
them, and you can always add on to that. But
Yep. Yep.
package
I
three is
love
like,
it.
hey, I'm just gonna shoot for the stars and like double the price, and whatever the
Yep.
case may be. And if they like it, and if I did a good enough job, I guess, selling and showing the value, there's potential they may get it, and then boom, it's off to the races.
There you go. That's massive. So if you guys are watching that, that was some gold right there because that is not how most people present their offers. The different packages, you might want to re-listen to that because what Jamie just shared is massive. So how did that deal wind up? Did he took the middle package, right?
Took the middle package,
Which was for how
right?
much?
And it was 4K in total because it was SEO. It was just at the time he was like one of the just taking a step back. He was like, all right, I'd love to get more leads, right? With going with
Yep.
some of these ads and things like that. But he needed to hire first before
Yep.
felt like he could take them on.
Yep.
So we just did his website and SEO,
Yep.
right? And rebuilt his website. He loved it. I think
Yep.
it worked well. Did local SEO for him. And then over time, once he hired somebody, then he started adding on social media as well. And now we're looking into like, all right, that's great from a disruptive marketing standpoint. You're getting a
Yep.
brand out there because with AI, one of the biggest things we know is like we have to lean into brands,
Yep.
right? Just in case of this wave of AI coming through, AI agents, etc. Uh-oh, if you don't know what an AI agent is, you better talk to Mike
Yep.
about that. Gives you a whole detail on that. But
I love
yeah,
it.
so like the next step is like, all right, what about intent, like search, right?
Yep.
Where we have more intent, people, there's an intent that people are looking for certain services. So that's kind of like the next phase of like where we're going in terms of like where we're going to put our dollars.
Yep.
And then we'll see how it goes. But
Love it.
keep delivering the services and then keep going from there.
Love it. Well done. So um we'll end it with these two questions. So for anyone on the fence that is like, hey, I'm thinking about joining the program, the 8-week boot camp, the 6-month program, whatever it's called at this point, what would you tell them if they're sitting on the fence, they're looking at this, they're like, should I join? Should I not join?
I would say if you're serious about learning this stuff, working hard and then putting the time and work in, yes, do it because it's going to accelerate your growth. Because I've been trying to do this for just digital marketing for quite some time, and I think just I just needed certain things. I was missing certain pieces, and Mike, I think your training really helped me to solve what I needed, fill in those gaps, and now I have a smooth like I think of it like a conveyor belt. I have a smooth system going that now I'm making revenue based off of. Um, if you don't, but also I'll just say, looking deep into yourself, if you don't think you can commit, like full heartedly, right?
Yep.
I wouldn't do it. I'd wait.
Yep. I agree. I agree. I love it. Is there anything else you want to add, Jamie?
Just that you're the man. Honestly, you answer all my questions. I can't give you enough kudos just because like I'm probably one of your most annoying clients because I message at all times of the night. I'm always asking questions, even silly ones, right? It's like, hey, what should I do for this? It's something I can easily Google, but no, I just go to Mike. But I appreciate you always being there for me.
You're welcome, man. It's been a pleasure working with you. So thanks, James. Thanks, Jamie, for jumping on. That is all we got here. So if you are watching this video, comment below if you got a lot out of this, golden nuggets, whatever. If you are in this can go anywhere, this video. So it could be on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're watching this in a group and there's a post to join the program, the 8-week stuff, comment below. If you're watching this on a page, there might be a button for an application to speak with myself or someone on my team. Whatever that call to action is, would love to speak with you, and we'll take it from there. So again, Jamie, thanks so much for jumping on